For over half a century, a name has haunted the dark corners of American history, whispered in homes, debated in dimly lit bars, and scribbled across endless police files. A phantom who slipped through the cracks of justice, leaving behind a trail of fear, bodies, and cryptic messages. They called him the Zodiac Killer. Tonight, we peel back the veil on one of America's most infamous unsolved mysteries. A case shrouded in shadow, deception, and madness. This is the dark truth behind the Zodiac Killer. It began in December of 1968. A quiet stretch of road outside Vallejo, California. Two young lovers, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, murdered in cold blood. A crime that sent tremors through the Bay Area. But this was no ordinary killing. It was only the beginning. Over the next year, a string of chilling murders would grip Northern California. The killer struck without warning, at lovers' lanes, along desolate backroads, in broad daylight. And then came the letters, signed with a crude symbol, a circle with a cross through it, a name that would soon terrify the nation. "I am the Zodiac," he wrote, the words as cold and impersonal as the violence they accompanied. The Zodiac wasn't content with blood alone. He sought to taunt, to play games with both the police and the public. Enclosed within his letters were ciphers, mysterious symbols, numbers, and letters jumbled into cryptic puzzles. One message read, "This is the Zodiac speaking. I like killing people because it is so much fun." The first cipher, known as the 408, was cracked by a high school teacher and his wife. But it revealed little more than the ramblings of a disturbed mind. Yet other ciphers, the 340, the Z13, the Z32, remained unbroken for decades, fueling wild theories. Messages that may hold the killer's true name, or perhaps nothing at all. Even in modern times, new attempts to decode these taunts spark headlines and hope. Some claim breakthroughs, others insist they're elaborate red herrings. One fact remains. The Zodiac's puzzles continue to mock us from beyond the grave. In the wake of terror, the question arose, who was the Zodiac Killer? Over the decades, a gallery of suspects emerged, each with their own dark past and tantalizing ties to the case. Arthur Lee Allen, a disgraced schoolteacher with a fascination for ciphers and violence. The primary suspect for years, yet no definitive evidence could tie him to the murders. Handwriting samples were inconclusive. A search of his home turned up disturbing materials, but no smoking gun. We knew he was our man. We just couldn't make it stick. Then there was Richard Gaikowski, a journalist whose eerie resemblance to composite sketches and alleged obsession with ciphers placed him under suspicion. Others too, Ross Sullivan, Lawrence Kane, Earl Van Best Jr., each with circumstantial links. Each a shadow in the fog. In recent years, advancements in forensic DNA testing rekindled hope. The technique that caught the Golden State Killer in 2018 raised the specter that Zodiac might finally be unmasked. But DNA lifted from stamps and envelopes proved degraded, or possibly not the killers at all. And so, the list of suspects remains. A catalog of maybes, and one unending mystery. The Zodiac Killer didn't just claim victims, he claimed a place in American folklore. The case's terrifying ambiguity seeped into the culture. It inspired films, novels, music, and a new wave of true crime obsession. The mystery of an unidentified serial killer playing games with the authorities became an irresistible legend. An embodiment of society's darkest fears, and its unshakable fascination with evil. Today, the Zodiac case thrives online. Countless theorists pore over details, scrutinizing handwriting samples, mapping out crime scenes, and decoding the indecipherable. Each chasing the same ghost. Half a century has passed since the Zodiac's reign of terror. The streets he haunted are changed. His victims' families have aged or passed on. Yet the questions remain. Could a name still be found in the faded ink of his taunting letters? Could DNA in a forgotten evidence locker hold the final truth? New technologies, like genetic genealogy and AI-enhanced cipher analysis, continue to press against the edges of the unknown. Breakthroughs come sporadically, each one sparking fleeting hope. And while the killer may be gone, dead, imprisoned, or simply vanished, the pursuit endures. For the victims. For justice. For the truth. This was the dark truth behind the Zodiac Killer.